Alright, so I'm going to do my little video for my CD collection that I have as of now. I'm not going to take too long because as you can see there are a lot of CDs and I won't feel like making a 10 plus minute video. So I'm just going to do a quick background of some of the albums and artists. So yeah, let's get started with my favorite band in the world, Nightwish. I technically have the complete discography. I say technically because I count only studio albums as complete discographies. So I have all 8. I have the first album, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and 8th. This is the EP prior to the 8th album. This is a live DVD after the 6th album, and this is another live DVD that features the new vocalist Laura Jansen, who is my favorite vocalist in the entire world, and she is my religion. So that's Nightwish. My first Nightwish CD that I ever heard in its entirety was Dark Passion Play. And incidentally, my favorite Nightwish song in the entire Nightwish songs available comes from this album, and it's the Poet and the Pendulum. Just get the title right there. There we go. The Poet and the Pendulum. That is my all-time favorite Nightwish song, and it's just 13 minutes of epicness. So yeah, that's my Nightwish discography. Same thing with Epica. I technically have the entire discography. So far they only have 6 studio albums. This is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th. They also have, I think, 1 live DVD, 1 score album, and 1 like a classical album. Basically they did classical versions of other songs in 1 album, so I guess it counts as an album, but it's not really a studio album, so to say. So the first Epica album that I listened to was The Divine Conspiracy, and Epica is actually the band that allowed me to listen to other female-fronted bands. It wasn't the first band, I'll get to that in a minute, but this is like basically the band that opened me up for other bands. The first Epica CD that I owned was this one, the 4th one. I actually bought this one when I was in Canada, so yeah, that was the first Epica CD that I owned. Let's see, let's move on to Delain. Beautiful, beautiful Delain. They only have, technically, 4 studio albums. This is the first, Lucidity, second is April Rain, third is We Are the Others, and fourth is The Human Contradiction. This one, interlude, is just, I guess it would be a live DVD. Actually, yeah, it's just a bunch of, it's 2 new songs, a couple covers, some remakes of other songs, and live versions of other previous songs, as well as a little bonus DVD. So again, not really an album, more of a live CD DVD thing. I first heard Delain with Lucidity, and Lucidity is my favorite Delain album. So yeah, that's Delain. I've seen them live 3 times already. I'm about to see them for the 4th time soon. Let's go to Evanescence. These are my children. This is actually the first ever rock album that I ever owned. This is the first band album that I ever owned. I've had a couple of CDs before Evanescence, but this is before I actually started getting into music. But this is the first, I consider my first CD. I remember I bought this a couple of days after it came out. That's why you can see it's very, very old. I bought this in 2006 when it came out, so this is the first Evanescence album that I ever owned, but the first Evanescence album that I listened to was this one. My friend Natalie, she had the album on her iPod and she just gave it to me, and I fell in love with the band like almost immediately, and I became a diehard fan. Many years, I'm still a fan now, but since they've been on a hiatus, I kind of given up on them, sort of, but not really. I'm still waiting for a comeback. But yeah, in terms of favorite album, hands down, The Open Door is my favorite album. Mainly because the lyrics aren't so cringeworthy. Fallen is an amazing album as well, but it relates to my teenage angst years, which I don't have anymore. But it's still a good album to listen to. The Open Door is the one that has, I feel, more mature lyrics, and it's incredible. And then you have the self-titled, which was not their best work, but not bad either. So, yeah, that's Evanescence. Oh, by the way, I actually saw them live 2 times consecutively. One on Halloween and the next day on November 1st. Actually got to go to Evanescence's music video. So, there's that. Let's move on to Amberian Dawn. So, I do have the complete discography. They don't have any EPs or they don't have any live DVDs, so I have the complete everything. First album, River of Thorny. Second album, The Clouds of Northland Thunder. Third album, fourth. Oh wait, sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah, so technically this is not a studio album. It's just a re-recording of old Amberian Dawn songs with the new vocalist Capri. So this album contains songs from these past 4 albums re-recorded with the new vocalist, which is this album. This is a completely new album, so technically I have 5 albums out. The new album is coming out in October, so I will be adding that to my collection soon. So yeah, I actually heard of this band before, but I never listened to their music up until a couple of months ago, and I became a fan almost instantly. Like, their music is just holy crap. It's on par with Nightwish, pretty much. I guess my favorite Amberian Dawn album would be the second one. I don't know why. The songs are just, I can't skip any of the songs. They're just amazing. And second favorite would definitely be the most recent one, Magic Forest. So yeah, check them out. And here we have Xandria. I've been listening to this band for a couple of years now, but I didn't really become a fan until 2011. 2012, sorry. Was it 2011, 2012? I actually forgot when the year this album came out. Does it say anywhere? Yeah, 2012. So in 2012 I became a fan of this band. I've listened to the music before with the old vocalist, with the original vocalist Lisa, and I wasn't really into them. I was like, yeah, okay, so they're okay. And then this album came out with the new vocalist. At the time it was what was her name? Manila Crowler. And this album changed, I swear to God, it changed my life. Like, this album, this is around the time when Nightwish was still kind of, I was about Nightwish still when this album came out, Imaginarium. There came out around the same time frame, and this album was just amazing. It like reminded me of old Nightwish before Nightwish was still good. I mean, Nightwish is good now with Floor, but that's besides the point. So that was this is the first Xandria album that I ever bought. So, and this is the one when I fell in love with Xandria. This is the album after Never World's End. It's called Sacrificium, and it features yet another new vocalist called Diane Van Giersbergen. This album was pretty good. It was a pretty solid album. If I had to pick my favorite, it's still Never World's End, but Sacrificium isn't bad either. It's a really good, solid album. So Diane's superb and amazing here. I feel like she's a bit underused, but that's where Fire and Ashes comes. This was released a couple of months ago. This is not a studio album, it's just a little EP. It has a couple of songs, it has 3 new songs, 2 covers, and then 2 re-recorded songs from old Xandria songs. So, this is, I feel it has a little bit more, the 3 new songs show a different side of Dan that I actually like. So that's Xandria. I seen them once recently when they came with Sonata Arctica and Delain. So, alright, let's see who else. Let's make this quick. So it's 10 minutes now. Alright, in this moment, we'll make quick. So, in this moment, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 studio albums, and they have one live CD DVD that I haven't bought and don't plan on buying, cause I have mixed feelings about this band because I used to. Well, before we get to that, my favorite album from all these is definitely The Dream. For those of you who don't know, in this moment it features a woman vocalist, Maria Brink, and she screams. She just screams. So, which is funny. In the first album, it's mostly just her screaming. That's all it is, all screaming. Second album, she starts doing some more clean singing. Barely any screaming, just clean singing, and that's when I fell in love with this band. This is a combination of both, but it's a lot more darker. This one, they start changing a bit their sound, it's a little bit more heavier, but a little bit more, I guess, sexy metal. And then this one is just a complete and total mess up in this one. Like, I don't even know why I bought this album. I just wanted to complete the discography. Horrible album. I do not recommend it. If anything, listen to The Dream. Seriously, it's a better album. So yeah, the reason why I have mixed feelings about this band is because they were good, and sometime around this year they started getting like too commercial, I guess, which isn't a bad thing, but you know, they started focusing mostly on their theater, on their shows and theatricals and shit, and not really focusing on the live songs. And one of my biggest complaints about this band is how they sing my favorite song, Blazin', that's from this album. Prior to Maria's change into theatrics, she would scream the whole song, as is how it's sung. But nowadays, she just kind of sings it. And she sings it like she's out of breath and like just ruins the song completely. So yeah, that's in this moment. Please listen to this song. This album is great. Not forget this one. This one's passable. Forget this one. These two are the best ones. Alright, let's move on to ReVamp. ReVamp is Floor Jansen's band that she started after Farrah broke up, which is what's right here, and I'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, I saw ReVamp a year ago. When they came here with as the opening act for, I think it was Iced Earth. I got to meet the band. I got to meet Floor, which was the best day of my life. And you can see that's Floor's signature right there, and that's how I went to the band. So I bought tickets, only stayed there for 30 minutes just to watch them. That's it. Then I left. This is the better album. It's called Wildcard, and it's what it is. It's what the name is because all the songs are well, mixed. There's a good even amount of different songs. You have operatic vocals. You have